Casey, when we start talking to a new potential client, one of the first things we do is look at their reviews. Because if they have thousands of people saying bad things about them, we know there's nothing that we can do.
No, I like it what you've said it. The only thing we're going to do is get you a bunch more bad reviews. Like if we go market you and get you out there, it's just going to lead to some more increased speed.
Yes. So customer experience, customer service, that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
It is a big, big deal. So are reviews. So what we're not going to include on this list, on the good customer experience, good customer service, we're not including things where the price point is such that you would expect a super high level of service. Like I'm talking about like the Ritz-Carlton, or when you take the family on like a week-long trip to Disney World.
Yeah.
Like the price point is such that, I better have a magical time. That's baseline, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, and then on the bad side, what we're not including here is...
I know where we're going.
I mean, like the things we all know are terrible. Like the DMV, like the IRS, government agencies, like things where they are not motivated to take care of you at all.
No.
So you won't see any of those things on here just because there's no surprises there.
Yeah.
So we're trying to talk about things here that are in everyone's everyday realm of experience.
Perfect.
Yeah. So let's jump right in. We've each brought some examples of great customer experiences that we've had and terrible customer experiences that we've had.
I'm going to start with, these are in no particular order.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Ashley Furniture. So a few years ago, we went and picked out some new dining room furniture. We did this towards the end of the summer. There were a lot of delays. And when I say a lot of delays, I mean, we started calling, like, hey, it was supposed to be delivered, no one showed up. Like, we were expecting, arranging our schedules to be home that day.
Yeah.
And they don't even arrive, no phone call, no email, no delay, just nobody shows up.
Yeah, who cares?
And this happened, this happened like 3 times.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it, we're almost at Thanksgiving, and we host Thanksgiving at our house, and it's like, we've already cleared out the dining room.
Yeah, I remember that year we came over for Thanksgiving and we walked in, it was like, hey, you got the table. It was like a celebration.
Awful. And at some point, I honestly felt like they were leading me on, saying, oh, we've had something at the warehouse, because they knew I was about to cancel the order. So I felt like they were almost telling me stuff just to keep me from canceling the order.
Yeah.
It was an awful experience.
I'm so sorry.
Like I won't go back.
So sorry.
I won't go back there ever again.
No,
like,
I
will
won't
not
go there either, just based on what happened to you.
Yeah. So anyway, on the flip side, I actually picked something from healthcare. So Methodist Hospital.
Oh, it's huge.
Kind of in the Houston area.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're bigger than that, but this is where my experience is. I'm trying to square some stuff up with insurance, and I just need some more paperwork. I need some more documentation to get this squared away. So my wife and I got on speakerphone. We call the Methodist billing department, and the lady who answered the phone was so cheerful. No one wants to make this phone call to try to get I just need some paperwork.
Yeah.
Can you please send it to me? It's got to have this information on it. She was like, how's your day going? It just created this great experience. Then she pulls up the information and she says, I think I've got what you're asking for. I'm going to email it to you right now. Let's stay on the phone. I need you to open the email and tell me if this is what you need. Puts us on hold. She's making phone calls, doing all of this stuff. Bottom line, she got us exactly what we needed. And she was so happy about it. It is just not what you expect when you're calling a healthcare billing department.
No, that is way out of the ordinary.
Yes.
So bravo, Houston Methodist. I mean,
it was great.
That's a standout.
Yeah,
standout
it really was.
in healthcare.
It really was. I mean, so much so that I remember it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a few here. I've had a negative experience with this company multiple times, and that's my fault. But the problem is they've got a bit of a monopoly on the thing that they sell.
Okay.
I'm talking about 1-800-FLOWER because, it's coming up on Mother's Day or Valentine's Day or one of those kind of female-driven, for moms and wives.
Yeah.
And they're always running these specials, right?
Yeah.
So it's always oh, this is a pretty good deal on these flowers.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with 1-800-FLOWERS. It's not real. They don't have the flowers that you order.
No.
In fact, they're just going through the local companies that are close by you.
Yeah.
I've ordered from them so many times, and I don't think I've ever actually gotten delivered what I ordered.
Correct. Yeah.
And so it's gotten so bad. And then when you try to call to straighten out the situation, they're not that helpful. No. I don't even want to go through this because I just wanted to buy some flowers. I didn't want to spend all this time on the phone with you. I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to 1-800-FLOWERS anymore.
Okay.
I'm just not going to.
We'll write that down.
My good example to start with is one that is probably the most frictionless online customer experience that there is.
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
so
if you got a problem,
I almost put it.
They'll solve it like right now.
Yeah.
The chat is great. They can help you sort stuff out right there on the chat. You don't have to get on the phone. You don't have to sit on hold and wait for somebody.
And it's even rare to have to do the chat because you can like return stuff. Like it's all pre-programmed.
Yeah,
like,
you got the barcode. You take it in to scan the thing.
Oh
it's
my
like
goodness.
it's so easy.
Yeah.
And it's like I know that I've bought more stuff because I have the confidence that if this isn't what I really want, I can return it.
Yeah.
Without any hassle.
Yeah.
So Amazon Prime for me is a no-brainer. Great customer service, great customer experience, even though you don't even have to really talk to anybody. It's just they've got a system set up for
Yeah, they really do.
Okay. So moving on, Casey, what else you got for us?
Yeah, so speaking of that wonderful deal with returns and the ease of Amazon Prime, I've got something on the other end of the spectrum.
Excellent.
So Oofos, so they make like sandals and shoes, like recovery shoes. So you see a lot of like NFL, like marathon runners, like athletes wear these. They're super comfortable, and so I bought these as a gift. I need to preface this. The first part of this was my fault. I called the wife of my friend and I was like, hey, I'm gonna have these shipped directly to you.
Yeah.
So I placed the order, and when I placed the order, Matt, I was on autopilot, and it pre-filled my shipping address and stuff like that for me, my address.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hit submit, as soon as I clicked it, I was like, oh. So I immediately get in touch. Hey, I just placed an order. I just need to change the shipping address. I'm sorry, we can't change that. I was like, it hasn't been fulfilled yet. This was literally 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is moments ago. No, I don't even think anyone has like received the order to start processing anything.
Right.
Okay, fine. If you'll just cancel the order, I'll order again and do the right. I'm sorry, we can't cancel the order. So some kind of like third-party fulfillment shipping thing, like for all the order processing, they don't actually do it themselves. Horrible experience. And I'm like, you understand, I'm gonna return the ones that you send me, and I'm about to place another order. You're gonna have to pay for the return shipping on this one. You've now paid to ship it twice. I'm like, you're in a box?
Right.
Can we get outside of this box?
They cannot.
They cannot get outside the box. That was just a poor experience, and a lot of friction to just, like the first part was on me, I get that, but the customer service part of it was so poor, like we can't do that.
I feel like when we're talking about these, there's people issues and there's system issues. This was clearly a system issue.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yep. Okay, so on the flip side, Garmin. So I'm wearing a Garmin watch right now. I've been wearing Garmin watches for years. So my first Garmin watch, it's like a running watch kind of thing. I had it for a couple of months. I noticed that I started to get like a rash
I remember that.
right here on my wrist. So I called Garmin, but the lady said, you know what? I see that it's under warranty. The new version of that watch actually has an interchangeable band, whereas the one I had was the band that came with it is all I had.
Yeah.
So they sent me the newer version of the watch with the interchangeable band, like totally took care of it. Amazing customer service.
Wait, for free?
Yeah.
They sent you a new watch for free because you called to complain about...
I sent mine back in. I sent my current one in, and they replaced it, but with a newer version under warranty at no cost to me.
Well, that's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, but like, okay, we talk about life cycle marketing or the value journey. So this is like my third or fourth Garmin watch.
Yeah.
My fish finder on my boat, when I started shopping and I saw that Garmin made them, I bought a Garmin.
Wow.
My kids have, like Garmin watches for some of their stuff. Like loyal customer because of the way they took care of me in that situation.
That's incredible.
It was unreal.
And when that fish finder starts to wear out, you can call and say, hey, my fish finder's kind of giving me a rash. We talked about how there's people issues and system issues.
Yeah.
This next one you're very familiar with.
Okay.
And you're very familiar with. This company has both. I'm talking about Suddenlink.
Oh my goodness.
And this goes for not just Suddenlink, but most utilities.
Okay, so this is like a regional thing. So tell people.
Suddenlink is a cable and internet provider. And we're in the kind of North Houston area. Now called Optimum, but you're not fooling me. Suddenlink.
No, the name change had to be strategic because
It is so bad. In fact, in our neighborhood group, when somebody moves into the neighborhood and they like join the Facebook group and they're like, "Hey guys, I'm new. I'm looking at getting a Suddenlink." Like immediately, all these comments.
NANI?!
No! Don't do it! And I'm so thankful we finally got fiber in the neighborhood.
Oh,
A
yeah.
company called Tachus. They're like a local company,
Oh,
and they are
my goodness.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So no one has Suddenlink here anymore because they're so bad. That's most utilities. Like any company that has like no competition and they're not motivated to take care of you anyway, and they put on all these random fees. Like you get your bill one month and it's like 50% more than it was with no explanation, and then you call and it's like, you can't get anybody on the phone, and they don't care, because what are you going to do?
because you got no other option.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then we had Suddenlink at our office before
Yeah.
we
Went
went
remote,
remote.
yeah.
And it was just constant outages, and then trying to get somebody to resolve it. It was ridiculous.
So this extends into marketing. So in the area, Tachus now has billboards, and it
Yes.
basically it's like, imagine if your internet worked.
Yeah.
And normally that would not. People would be like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
People in this area
They're
are like,
oh yeah,
that would be so wonderful.
It's good. I'm looking here for my good example of companies that are really thankful for your business and they kind of go the extra mile because they're appreciative for every customer that they have.
Yeah.
And kind of the poster child of this that I want to put out there is a company called, you may have heard me talk about them, Greenberg Turkey.
Oh yeah.
So my dad has been getting Christmas and Thanksgiving turkeys from them for like 35 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
When my dad first started ordering them, like the first one he ordered, he called and he said, "Hey, I'm interested in getting one of your smoked turkeys." And this nice lady answered the phone. She's like, "Of course, honey. What size turkey did you want? Let me write down your address." And she took down his address. She said, "Okay, we'll get it in the mail to you." And he said, "Well, don't I need to pay you?" She said, "Oh yeah, it'll be this much, and there'll just be a bill in there with the turkey. You just send us a check." What? She ain't worried about
No.
it. She's like, "Oh, these are good people. We're not worried about that." They don't do business like that anymore.
Yeah.
But they're still extremely friendly.
Yeah.
And I got a voicemail from them. They had had this Instagram contest where if you took like a creative picture with your turkey, you could win like a free turkey. And so I took one with my kids, and this nice lady called me. She's like, "You won the contest. We're going to send you a free turkey." And I was like, yay. Along with Greenberg Turkey, another one that we love is the Peach Truck.
Oh yeah.
They deliver these big, like, 40-pound boxes of peaches every year. And it's peach week around here. You get like 80 peaches. And so we make like every peach recipe we can find. And they're so good. They're from Georgia. This year, there were a few peaches in there that were moldy. We're like, oh man. And the rest of them were delicious, but we called, or actually just did like the online chat, and they were like, "How many peaches were moldy?" We're like, I think it was about like 8 or so, and they just, basically sent us back money for, the value of 8 peaches, and it was easy peasy.
Oh man.
And then there was one more like little company like that, Keel James Patrick. They do like real boutique kind of attire. It was started by a husband and wife.
Okay.
And they got like this nautical theme, and like the packaging, it's got like a little, I don't know knots, but this feels like it should be on a ship or something. And it came with like this little sticker with like a red pickup truck with a Christmas tree on top, and it's like just nice little touches like that. It's like a good experience. Sliding that rope off, and it's like a nice thick box with good printing on it.
Yeah.
Just good experience. So I love those little companies that like put so much care into not just their product, but their customers too.
Okay, back to me. Let's see here. Who do I have next? Oh, okay. Enterprise. And Matt knows where we're going here. So Enterprise car rental. So this past summer, took a family vacation, driving vacation, and rented a 15-passenger van, hit the freeway after leaving the rental car company on the road, and it starts raining. And go to turn on the wipers, and there are no windshield wipers. I mean, like just metal sticking up.
Yeah.
Raining.
Yeah. We got a long drive ahead of us.
A mess. Pulled over, got some wiper blades. Everyone was safe. When we got home, I just filled out a little deal on their website. They have a place for, hey, did you have an issue with the vehicle? Yes, and it was like $20 but I was like, hey, here's the receipt. If you could reimburse me or whatever. To this day, no response.
Yeah.
Did not even reply to say, I'm so sorry
oops.
that it was an unsafe situation. I'm like, of all the things that you would check. Now, I like to pride myself that I like to go check the tires, honk the horn, just make sure. I have to add that to my list. Make sure there are wiper blades on the vehicle.
Yeah.
So poor experience there. Yeah. I think too, like I can see that that's an oversight, but to not respond at all, that was not so great.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. So we are. So I have a kid in college, and I have another one who's a senior, and so we have done a massive amount of college, probably 10, 12 college tours in the last couple of years. And I have noticed this kind of sits across the spectrum, but what I did was I wanted to pull out kind of some of the highlights, like the great experiences. Yeah. And so I talked about like some of this being different parts of the value journey.
Yeah.
Like we're not even customers yet, but we're evaluating that kind of thing. So there are a couple of things that have been really cool that we've seen. And I actually asked my son, he's the one we did the most recent tours with, some of his as well. Like what are some things like as a prospective student like stood out to you? So a couple cool things we've seen, like when you walk into the welcome area, like your name and the town you're from on a TV, like kind of scrolling through. It's like, cool. Oh yeah, that's cool. It feels very
Makes you feel like you belong
welcoming. Yeah. And then, so my son is interested in aviation, and then like you go over to the aviation department, and then like your name is on a little welcome sign there as well. And so it's like, oh man, just those kinds of touches. You know, people like to hear their own name, see their own name. It feels very personal. So I love that. So you like this one. So Matt's a Baylor Bear. And we did a tour over at Baylor. They have an aviation program, and so one of the cool things on that tour is you end up going over to McLean Stadium, the football stadium, and you walk through the tunnel and you walk out onto the field.
Super cool. A
Big 12, big time field.
Yeah.
It was beautiful and it was amazing. It was really, really cool. So that was awesome. Also, like I said, he's interested in aviation. So some of the programs are pretty cool. You actually go out and you get to see their fleet of aircraft that you're going to be flying when you're doing all your ratings and certifications. And Baylor's pretty cool. He sat in the air, they let him sit in the airplane. So it's not like he hasn't been in some of those small planes before, but hey, this is, you kind of start envisioning yourself there and stuff like
absolutely.
that. I'll contrast that. I won't use the name of the school, but with another one, the aviation tour was not even, the airports are usually 5 to 15 minutes from campus.
Yeah.
And so you have to drive. This one, you didn't even go over to see anything. The aviation meeting was in a classroom. Yeah. And it was it just fell flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was not a great experience.
Here's your information packet.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
if you want to pay us hundreds of thousands of dollars, go ahead.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And so one of the ones that that stood out to my son. So almost every place you go, when you do the tour, there's usually like a little shuttle, golf cart shuttle thing, or a walking tour, and a student kind of walks you around campus and tells you about campus and all that kind of stuff. So we were accustomed to that. But one school in particular is actually Louisiana Tech. They have an aviation program. So there's when we get to the Welcome Center at our scheduled time, there's 30 families. And usually it's kind of okay, U10, they kind of split you up evenly. Louisiana Tech has one current student per prospective student. So we got basically a one-on-one tour from a student, and what that does, rather than 10 people having to ask questions, oh, what's your favorite place to eat on campus? What are you studying? You have one person there, and you end up, they're giving you good information as you go, but you just get this one-on-one experience that was really cool that no other school we've been to had done that. So I thought that was a really nice touch.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
I'm going to finish off my bad one with Quest Diagnostics. They are so bad. So, getting blood work done,
labs of all that stuff.
It's already, even the necessary parts that you have to do are already not a good experience. But that's nothing compared to if you have a question, if there's a billing error, if you even want to understand what you paid for. Those are not options with Quest Diagnostics. They will not tell you what you paid for. You can't talk to anybody about it. Here's how much you owe. Here's when it's due. Good luck to you. Uh-huh. And then, if you, even to pay your bill, they send you this really, and I get it, it's protected health information, but they send you this really clunky login thing where you have to go to this encrypted PDF just to pay the bills. It's
not good.
It's not good all around.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's typical of most healthcare companies.
It is,
They treat you like, you don't have another choice. This is our process. Sorry if you don't like it, but this is how it's going to be. So on the flip side, I also have a good healthcare example.
Okay.
It's not Sandstone, even though Sandstone could easily be on this list.
Yes.
A client of ours, healthcare company, who has like an average 5-star rating on Google with hundreds and hundreds of reviews.
Thousands.
People love them.
Yeah.
And that's not that atypical of chiropractors. People usually love their chiropractors,
Yeah.
so that's cool. But what I'm actually going with here is Christian Healthcare Ministries.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of an insurance alternative type thing. Casey and I are both on there. And so unlike most healthcare experiences where you don't really know what something's going to cost or how something works until after you've already committed to it. Christian Healthcare Ministries is very straightforward about how this works, what they're going to share, what they're not, and you call them and they explain it to you. And they're always so kind and patient. So we've had a few big health events that they've helped cover the cost for. And one of the first ones was the birth of our daughter. And it's 5-figure numbers, and I remember getting the check in the mail. They send you a check for the whole cost of the thing, and it's getting that in the mail. It's whoa, I've never gotten a check that big before. So that was cool. But then after my daughter was born, I get this phone call, and there's this kind of older guy on the phone, and he's like, "Hi, I'm calling from Christian Healthcare Ministries," and I'm like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Am I gonna have to give the money back? What's wrong?" And he's like, "I was just calling to check on your daughter," and he knew her name. He said, "I was just calling to check on your daughter and see how the little darling's doing, and I just wanted to let you know we've been praying for her, and just wanted to check on her and see if everything's going okay." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I don't remember Blue Cross ever calling just to see how things are going, just to check in."
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. It would be very difficult for me to go with another health insurance type solution after an experience.
Yeah,
like that.
no doubt.
So
That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's our list. Let us know if you've had good experiences, bad experiences. We would love to hear about them. And anything else you'd like to add?
I'd like to hear people's comments. If you've got some that are funny or just gross oversights that companies made or something like that, good and bad.
Yeah.
Let us know. So if you got some funny ones, drop them.